Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's another Mythic Monday and it's still the summer of the Cosmirrium, so today we're going to be taking a look at Outpost Zaxius OPOR-A-TIV83. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Alright, taking a closer look at the package here, we do have the new updated purple. It says Operative 83 as denoting, 83 when Masters of the Universe was first launched. If you want to read his bio, you can pause it and read it right there. It basically says he's just a spy that can use technology to mask his appearance. If you want to pause this and read the Outpost Zaxius update, you can. Here's all the newest figures from the new wave. I will be picking up Altar Cyclovis very soon and doing a review on him, but let's get this guy opened up and take a closer look at everything he comes with. Okay, starting off with his accessories here, we do have two of these trigger hands with vertical hinges, which I really appreciate. He has gripping hands with horizontal hinges on him in the package. Here we have his cosmic helmet, the little blue piece with the clear dome that attaches, and then this, of course, also pops off. I wonder how this is going to work with all the different heads because they are kind of bulky, but I'm sure the Four Horsemen already took that into consideration. Here we have his blaster, which is in this nice, beautiful kind of like metallic orange, to simulate the color orange that came with his blaster when we were kids. Of course, he does come with his little complement of little clear plastic plugs to plug things into his belts and arms and stuff. And then he comes with these two little blue caps. These are for the sides of the monster head, which we're going to see in here just a minute. And of course, speaking of those heads, here we have his human head. Now this, of course, you will notice from Mythic Legions is the Xylonian Guard helmet. I love all the purples, the pinks, the silvers, and I love the little red sparkly star paint around his eyes, of course, to pay tribute to Man-E-Faces. Which I absolutely love. Here is a look at the robotic helmet, which looks great, and of course we know that these little plastic clear like visor pieces, we know that they pop off and having a little bit of trouble. And there you have it. You can see underneath. Not that you couldn't before, but just wanted to show that it came off. And I love the bright pop of like that pinkish purple on the sides. I think that's really cool. And then probably my favorite head of the group is the monster head. And this, of course, is the vampire. I'm trying to remember, was this the vampire phalanx that came out in the Reinforcements 2 wave Mythic Legions last year? I think it is, but you see those holes on the side of the helmet. And let's go ahead and get those little pieces and pop those in. So we're just going to pop these in. Now I wonder, with that spike on the top and these spikes on the sides, how this is going to play with that dome with his helmet. But we're gonna find out in here in just a minute if it all fits. But there you have. There's the completed look for the helmet and what it looks like. And I really love the color green and those orange eyes. Just looks great. Can't wait to see what this looks like on the figure. Now, standing straight up and down right out of the package, we have Operative 83, and he is looking really, really cool. This is definitely, a throwback to the Man-E-Faces figure from when we were kids from Masters of the Universe. If you guys don't know the connection, the Four Horsemen used to sculpt a lot of the both Masters of the Universe classics, some statues. They have a very rich history with Masters of the Universe, and every year they do a couple of tributes to Masters of the Universe figures. And typically they are sold exclusively at PowerCon, where this guy and Scourge, his wave mate, were sold last year exclusively at PowerCon. And that's where you can get your hands on them first. But they finally made their way into the Outpost Zaxius wave. And I'm really happy to finally get my hands on this guy because he looks pretty fantastic. This is just really, really cool. I love this guy. I love his human head with the red starburst, but just spinning it around here, you can see that there's lots of, like, I mean, this is a complete reuse. We've seen all of these parts and pieces before. The only part on here that's new is this little chest piece right here. It does come off, and you could replace it with anything you want, but that is the only new part here, I believe. And he just looks great. The little pops of purple and pink and silver. Oh man, this, cut in with all those little orange parts of the suit underneath just look great and fantastic. And I'm loving this guy. His colors are just absolutely fantastic. Even if you didn't want this guy as a Man-E-Faces tribute, he'd be good on your cosmic shelf. But here is the Masters of the Universe Origins Man-E-Faces, just to kind of give you a little refresher of what Man-E-Faces looked like. Of course, this is a more newer figure, not the old retro figure, but man, he does look great. Now, just want to pop this off real quick, and I do want to show, like, oh, this head's on there pretty good. I do want to show, like, what, like, this helmet would look like, and you put the robot head on there, and boy, that's looking pretty tough. Like, that's not a bad look whatsoever. I thought the monster would go on my shelf, but this guy is looking pretty nice. That robot head, yeah, that's pretty dope. I kind of dig that. And then here we have the monster face. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, I used to play with my Man-E-Faces. Like, if he got hit, like, he would start every battle like as the good guy, as the human form. But if he got hit and turned into his monster head, like, for me in my head canon, he would become like a bad guy. And then he would start fighting the good guys, the Masters of the Universe. He'd start fighting the good guys, and then if he got hit again, he would switch over to his robot form, which was kind of neutral. He would just be like a robot, and he would be neutral, and anybody could give him orders. But then if he got hit again, he would turn back to his human form, and then of course he would align himself with the good guys. I don't know why that was my headcanon. It was just what I played with when I was a kid. I just remember, like, that was the conceit with this guy. You wanted to make sure he didn't get hit and turn neutral or bad. I'm having a pretty hard time getting this little helmet to latch on. Sometimes these little dome helmet pieces latch on super nicely. They clip in just as they should. And then sometimes, man, they will just give you a hassle. And that's what's going on here. And I don't know how much longer I want to fool around with this. But even with the mask up, it looks like that this dome piece fits over no problem with the Xylornian guard head. I think it looks pretty neat. Boy, we're going to get one popped in and one popped out. That's what's going to happen here. I'm not a big fan of these domed helmets. Sometimes they look good. I think the only one that I actually leave on the character is the Waltor, the Mad skeleton. That guy has the orange dome just because, like, a skull inside of a astronaut suit just looks incredible. Looks like the robot head fits in just fine. No problem. If I can get that popped in. Oh, this thing's going to give us trouble all day, isn't it? But yeah, the robot head fits in there just nicely. No problem. And then let's see how the vampire head fits. Or the monster head. Let's keep calling it the monster head. The spikes do kind of poke out to the side, but I'm pretty sure the Four Horsemen really took their time and thought about this. Yeah, it's kind of poking out just a little bit right there, but I don't think I have the thing seated properly, and it looks like I have extra room on the right side here, so if I had moved that around. But honestly, I'm not even gonna fool with this. I like this kind of character on my shelf without the domed helmet, so I'm okay with that. So let's get this guy into some backgrounds and into some lighting and see how he poses up. I gotta tell you, Man-E-Faces was always one of my favorite Masters of the Universe figures when I was a kid. I loved him. He was one of my faves. And so I loved it. The head swapping conceit. I thought that was really cool. That little gimmick was nice. And I love this version as well. The Masters of the Universe being interpreted into Mythic Legions, or in this case, Cosmic Legions. I think this guy looks great. And even if you're not a Masters of the Universe fan and you don't want Masters of the Universe tributes, you can pop that robot head on and just have this be like a Tusk, like, robot grunt worker or whatever you want instead of the spy that he is. But that's just me, you know, that's just my take on it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.